fine. All right? Monday Night Raw comes around. I think The Miz needs to win on Raw. Then Cena goes into another program because based off Raw, my feeling is at the Night of Champions pay-per-view, my feeling is we're going to have a triple threat match with Triple H, Randy Orton, and John Cena. As
feeling it is.
Well, it's a feeling. It's not a confirmation or anything like that.
No, it is.
Judging...
They announced it during the tapings, I thought.
No, well, next week on Raw, we've got John Cena versus Triple H, and then the winner goes on to face Randy Orton for the title at the Night of Champions pay-per-view. That's our big match for next week is John Cena versus Triple H, and the winner of that. The problem is they taped next week's Raw, and we didn't have a winner during that match, which leads me to believe that they'll throw both of those guys in the mix against Randy Orton at the pay-per-view. I mean, that was just the feeling when I read the spoilers this morning for Raw. That was just the feeling that I got. So, where does that leave Miz? And if John Cena is going to go into a main event program, which it looks like he's going to, it wouldn't hurt to let the Miz get the win. I mean, sure, you can have Cena get the win on the pay-per-view. Monday Night Raw during the rematch, you have the Miz get the win, and then you move on from there. Then John Cena goes into the world title picture. You do a triple threat match, and then, the Miz got the rub on Monday Night Raw.
I completely agree with you. Even if he cheated his way for a win, if he grabbed the belt or not belt, grab a chair, Cena's feet is on the rope or Miz, something to rub that loss away from that night before.
Here's the thing: next week, because we didn't have a winner in the Triple H John Cena match next week, sorry to spoil it for those of you guys. I keep forgetting, but you don't have a winner there. And the problem is you can't continue to do Triple H versus Randy Orton in one-on-one contests. I mean, we are so sick and tired of it. We've seen that how many times in recent months. So the key is you get John Cena involved, and then you still have Triple H versus Randy Orton, but you throw a third guy in the mix with John Cena. And I don't think it would have hurt for The Miz to get the rub on Monday Night Raw from Cena, even like you said, if he cheated his way to win, and then he moves on to another storyline, and then you've always got that there where the Miz has an actual win over John Cena, so you can always go back to that, you know what I mean? And they didn't do it. They buried Miz twice, once on the pay-per-view and once on Monday Night Raw. So as far as the match itself, that wasn't that bad. You know what I mean? They kept it short because I think they were running late on time. That pay-per-view went until about 10:55 Eastern time or something along those lines on Sunday night, which is a little bit later. Usually they end. I mean, there's been recent pay-per-views in recent months that have ended.
Yeah, they've been good. I think what they're trying to do is, since they're paying pretty much for the whole entire hour, rather than finishing the show 20 minutes, 15 before, I think they're just not cutting it close to 5 minutes. And it also has to do internally with the live feed and there's a lot of technical stuff that goes in, which is the reason why that the show usually ends about 20 minutes. But I think now that technology has kind of caught up and the back end, it's one of the reasons why the show.
Well, like you said, they pay for that 3-hour block from 8 to 11. You know what I mean? So they can use the entire time. They can use that entire block. You know what I mean? That 3-hour block. And TNA normally does it. TNA usually goes to about 10:50, 10:55 or around there. But WWE always used to be about 10:45. You know what I mean? Not in recent months. But I think they were running late on time, so they kept that short. The match itself was all right. You know what I mean?
It's also, too, how WWE produces the show.
Right.
Compared to live boxing, it's a sport, so they have an open gap in between live shows. So if the match itself, the fight goes short, goes long, they're allowed to kind of go over if needed because it's a sporting event. Now that WWE is listed as entertainment, now they're, of course, strained to make sure that they finish at the 11 o'clock. I'm sure Vince can pick up the phone and extend time if needed, but I'm sure there's going to be a cost for something like that.
We got to finish up. We got 2 minutes before we got to take our hourly break here, and we have one more match to talk about. That was our main event. What do you think of the 3 stages of hell match? The first fall was short. The second fall was even shorter. You know what I mean? And then the third fall, the stretcher match, is where they really, that was where most of the match was held during the stretcher match. But overall, What'd you think? I thought it was a good match. We had Cody Rhodes, Ted DiBiase came out. Cody Rhodes first, followed by Ted DiBiase, who kept the stretcher from going over the line when Randy Orton was on it. Triple H was trying to push it over, and then we eventually had the Legacy attack Triple H, put him on the stretcher, and were able to get him over. After he was pushed over, Triple H took out Randy Orton, and that led us into Monday Night Raw from last night, which we're going to talk about after the break. But what did you think of the match overall? Randy Orton's still WWE champion, which I agree with. I think I'm sick of the title, being changed on a monthly basis. So I thought it was good that they were able to keep it on him, at least for the time being. You know what I mean? What they do at SummerSlam, I think he keeps it at Night of Champions as well. And then if we were going to see the title change, I think we would see it at SummerSlam.
It was an interesting concept. I think they wanted to create some sort of buzz on announcing a 3 stages of hell. But the reality is the first 2 was just fillers. I think if they emphasize something a little bit more, I wish it was just out of the other 2 than the stretcher. The stretcher was okay, but we've seen that not too long ago. If they left it at
we saw it with Jeff Hardy and Edge, right? Yeah.
It's been done already. Me preferably would have been False Counts Anywhere or something like that as the ending. So to build some sort of compelling.
Drop a
cage or something else rather than a stretcher, since we've seen it not too long ago. But the match itself was the same thing that we normally see between those 2. You got the sledgehammer, you got Legacy coming out and interfering, getting smashed up. But at the end of the day, of course, Randy Orton retains his title.
All right, guys, after the break, we're going to be taking your live phone calls. So get them in now at 724-444-7444. Call ID number is 30273, followed by the pound key. We have our live chat room, which is in progress right now, WZROnline.com/chat. Tons and tons of people in there tonight. Big show tonight, Jose. Lots of people in the chat room. So WZROnline.com/chat. We'll do chat shout-outs here in hour number 2. And like I said, we're going to take your live phone calls as well. We're going to run down Monday Night Raw from last night, and we're going to talk the draft picks that were announced on WWE.com late last night. That's what we got planned for hour number 2. You're listening to WZR Radio with Jose Rivera and Ryan Clark. We'll be back right after this. Come, Soldier Boy. Yeah, say what's up. Tell him, Soldier Boy. Get money.
That's what I'm talking about.
There you go. Do you like that? You're listening to WZR Radio here on WZROnline.com with Jose Rivera and Ryan Clark. Tell him, Soldier Boy, to take it to the break. Not bad. I had that planned for a little bit. I knew it would get overwhelmed with people in the chat room. Speaking of the chat room, WZROnline.com/chat. Get in there right now. The live phone number to call is 724-444-7444. Call ID number is 30273, followed by the pound key. I can't believe I just played Soldier Boy during it. Yeah, get money. All right, let's do some chat shout-outs here to open up hour number 1, because that's how we do it here on WZR Radio. We got Randy Knockout 84s in there, Colm Gillespie, Cold Black, Ultimate Fanatic, Dirty Mo Posse. I'm seeing some new people in here tonight, which is
there is a couple of new ones.
I like when people register. You know what I mean? People, all the guests go to TalkShoe.com. You can register your username. You can come back every Tuesday night from 7 to 9 Eastern Time. Every Tuesday we're here. Who else is in here? R-Dub. Who else, Jose? Give them some chat shout-outs.
CUN666, WWE Raw fan. What else we got here? Ultimate Fanatic, which is normal.
Yeah, Undertaker Fan 86, R-Dub, Jericho 133. He's in there every week. Super RKO.
Living Dead Guy. We know you're there.
Yeah,
we feel you, dog.
Lots of people. WZROnline.com/chat. We hear you, dog. Get in there, register your username, and only takes 2 seconds. You know what I mean? Give you a little chat shout out on a weekly basis. We try. We try to make the fans happy. You know what I mean? The people that come here on a weekly basis. Good,
we
man.
do this each and every single week.
Each and every single week. Tuesday nights, 7 to 9 Eastern Time. I can't say leading you into ECW anymore. You know what I mean?